Alright, welcome back everyone to another weekly recap. So, I'll be recapping this trade itself, this week itself, as last week I don't think I took any trades, if I can remember. I'll have to go look at my data, because I'm not too sure if last week I took any trades, but I think I took some trades. So, I'll just be covering this week itself in this price section, alright? So, I took currently two trades, one on Monday and another one on Tuesday, which is yesterday, right? So let's take a look on the 1 minute itself. So on Monday, I had a breakout structure to the upside on the 5 minute, shown on the 1 minute as per usual, and I mark out these two external liquidity points. And I initially wanted to just look at this one, but I just look at this one also because this is a second initial, or it's going to say second external point, and this one is the first one, right? The actual. So once you swept here, I believe price will come down to sweep this area, and I just waited and wait for an order block to be formed, right? So if you can see, the reason why I didn't mark out this candlestick as an order block is because there's no tap in, right? Don't mistaken this candlestick over here as a tap in, because it's not, right? The actual tap in, which is here, and it broke the order block, right? Therefore no retest, and I waited another one to be created, for example like this. As you can see, once the order block got created, price had a tap in over here, and I waited a retest over here but entered a bit late, which I entered here, right? My bias for that day was bullish. Yes, it was bullish. So as you can see, price really just consolidated when I entered. It's on 1 minute, so we can expect a lot more consolidation on the 1 minute, and it hit my sell. So bias was completely wrong, as you can see, right? Unless I went until here, but I believe on Monday this week there was no news. So it was just consolidation at the start and proper price action later on when close to New York Open. Because I believe if I waited for another external sweep to happen, I probably can catch a setup, let's say around here. Right, as you can see, we have a proper tap in over here because price leave this order block zone, tap in, and a retest over here. Right, so my bias got wrong, and this is an invalid setup, but I'll just take this as loss. And let's take a look at another one which I took, you can say today or you can say on yesterday, right? So this is an interesting one. So my best for that day was, or for yesterday, was bearish, and we have a 5 minute breakout structure to the downside and 15 minute external liquidity, right? There's only one, there's no secondary, there's only one, right? And after price sweep this area, it created the order block instantly, and I don't count this as a tap in, I count this as a tap in, and this as the retest over here. I enter straight on here, so enter a bit late, right? Although I set sell limit, the entry was not on point on this order block, the entry, but it was entered slightly later of the sell limit, so that's fine. Right, so I slightly shifted my SL to 6 pips and my TP to just a normal 1:3, right? 18 pips. So once entered, price really just consolidated, right? Price really just consolidated till it dumps to a 1:1, I believe, and after that it expanded, and price didn't hit my SL, but it took me off the trade because of drawdown limit. Right, so on my funded, which I took off the trades that I went through last weekly recap and this recap, right? Unfortunately, that total up to an 8% loss. And I believe before I take this trade, I was at around 7.5, or is it straight on 7%? Oh, I believe it's 7.5. And that's why when price came back up, just slightly into drawdown into this one setup, it took me out of the trade and just blew my account. And as you can see, unfortunately, price hits my TP, right? So I know this is not the cleanest setup I can show because I've set up that is more of a sniper entry, right? But this type of setup is super messy, and as you can see, it took me out of the trade and it blows my account, right? So I believe I can show some of the trades here. I'll show the January one over here, and I'll show the February one, not January here, and February around here, right? So those are the results of my funded, right? So 2026 will be the first year of me properly using my strategy, right? It'll be the first full year of me using it, right? Because on 2025, it was a lot of researching, it was a lot of back testing, it was a lot of forward testing and finding what works. And I finally found what works. So 2026 will be the first full year I'll be using my strategy, right? Other times like this, funded blow, although my mental is not that great, but I always believe there's always can be a comeback, right? It's just a minor pullback for a greater comeback. So other than that, I will start another funded challenge right on tomorrow, right? And I believe there is President Donald Trump speaks on tomorrow, but I'm not too sure what time. I haven't checked. But I'll just start a fresh new funded on Wednesday or today, right? And just continue being consistent because that's the game. Patience, right? So other than that, although this trade itself hits my TP, although even take me out already, that's completely fine because I already collected data on it, which I'll show right around here. Share a screenshot on it. But the most important thing is learn from it, be consistent, and patience. Right? That's the game of trading, right? So that's about it for today, right? Not much going on, and just showing my journey in terms of how it's going for my funded, and just being transparent with all of my losses and all of my wins, right? Because there's no reason for me to hide it. So I'll be probably starting a new series of me just starting fresh with my new funded on my 25k and just checking the journey with you, right? So you can see all the losses, all the wins, why I took the setup, and the mental process behind it. So that's about it for this video, right? And you can expect a new series from me. And I'll see you guys on the next one. And I expect price to probably continue being bullish. I'll probably expect that. Because on the forward is probably bullish too. So I'll probably expect price to be bullish. But that's about it for this video. I'll see you guys on the next one.